Okay, so the name of the next chapter, that is chapter 6, is molecular basis of inheritance. What does it mean? See, when we are talking about the inheritance, right from the early days, when people were wanting to know that how a particular character is expressed, what is the basis, can we ever be able to control expression of a particular character, will we ever be able to produce baby of our desire, that is the characters which we want in our babies and all. So that was the aim for the inheritance and the study of inheritance. And the people came out with number of ideas. They said, what we studied in the earlier chapter, they said it is because of the mixing of blood, or it is because of the mixing of character, or blending of character, or this or that. So many different ideas. Then Darwin suggested about the pangenesis, that is gemmules, and then actually the Mendel came. And when Mendel also did his experiment, he only said about factor. He didn't know what the factor is, where they are located, what they are made up of, what they look like, and how they express and all. So Mendel's idea was purely based on some of the experiments, but it was only idea, because he could not experimentally bring about a factor. What the factor look like, where they are located, what they are made up of, and how they express their character, those questions are still unanswered. However, in 1902, Sutton and Mowry first time found a drastic similarity between the factors, the Mendelian factors, and the chromosome, that both of them are found in pair, both of them segregate during gamete formation, and both of them reunite during fertilization. So now there is a similarity, there is some basis, some characteristics, some relation, some sort of intermingling between these two. So they came out with their idea, that is the chromosomal theory of inheritance, that is the factors are nothing but chromosome. But soon they had to change their idea, because the number of factors are many in compared to the number of chromosomes which are found in any species. Human being has got only 23 pairs of chromosomes. That means if one factor is responsible for one chromosome is responsible for one factor, that means that human being will have altogether 23 characters only, which is ridiculous. Nobody will ever believe it. Even on my face I can count hundreds of factors. That is a hundred of characters, that is the color and the size and the shape and the type of nose and the color of the eyes and the shape of the eyes and the hair, eyelids and all, so many characters. So that means that there is no direct, that is we cannot say that the factors are actually chromosomes. So but yet there is something between chromosome and factor. Now what something was there, that was a very important thing. And then when we are talking, we know what is meant by the name of the molecular basis of inheritance. You see, world over, whatever we got, they are chemicals. This is chalk, gypsum, wood, cellulose, basically made up of a polymer of glucose, then paper, a polymer of glucose. If it is polyethylene, it is a polymer of ethene. So everything which we see, when it is a glass, it is silica, that is everything which is around us is chemically something. And there was a need or desire to know that what the genetic character controlling factors are actually made up of. So once we come to know that what factors are made up of, then the next question will be there, that is how they control their characters, how they control expression or all. That is something different. So that was the most important desire, to know about what is the chemical nature of the factor. Once we come to know that what is the chemical nature of factor, then probably the people thought we will make gene of our choice. So our aim was this: if we come to know that what they are chemically made up of, probably we could have synthesized them in the laboratory and we could have made the characters of our choice. Though it is still a dream, but the basic aim was this only. And then we could also know that is how they are able to control their characters. So these are the desire, and people were always searching for that. Now take a simple example. Suppose I'm a class teacher and I have to make someone a monitor in the class. So that means I'll have to choose some criteria on the basis of which I'll select. Suppose you have to go and buy a car. So you will not simply see, this is a blue color car, very nice, so I'll also go and buy this. You have some criteria. Whenever you reach to a showroom, they will ask you, sir, क्या दिखाएं? And you say, I want a car. Then they ask you, which type of car? Sir, hatchback or sedan, or you want a SUV or this and that. Then you said, sir, I am not decided anything, I am confused. Then they come up with their questionnaire. कि सर आप ये बताओ आप करेंगे क्या कार का, व्हाट यू वांट टू बेसिकली यूज इट फॉर, इट इज़ ओनली अ कम्यूटिंग कार और यू वांट टू टेक इट फॉर द राइड और यू वांट टू गो फॉर सम एक्सप्लोरेशन और यू वांट टू एंड देन हाउ मेनी पैसेंजर्स विल बी देयर एंड डू यू नीड लॉट ऑफ स्टोरेज स्पेस और डू यू नीड AC और यू नीड sunroof and this and that, and then they'll come up with some of the solution कि sir these are the cars. Now out of this you choose on the basis of your budget, on the basis of color, on the basis of parking size or this and that. Okay, similarly we are also looking for genetic material on the basis of certain characters. If we know about those characters, our choice, then it will be very easy for us to select a genetic material that what it should be chemically. So first of all we'll consider that what are the chemicals available to us which can contest for standing for as a genetic material. So in the body we have got some proteins, we got carbohydrates, we got fats, we got vitamins, we got hormones, and we got DNA, we got RNA. Now when we are talking about the genetic material or rather factors, we had a scope, that is there are thousands and thousands of factors, thousands and thousands of characters. So if we have to control thousands and thousands of characters, we require thousands and thousands of factors. And to make thousands and thousands of factors, we have to have thousands and thousands type of molecules which are different from one another. Suppose in a class there are 40 children and if all of them are having one name, Amit, will you be able to control whole class? If anybody is shouting, you'll say, Amit, sit down, all the class will sit down. Or, Amit, stand up, all the class will stand up. That means you have to have individuality of everyone. Similarly, if color of eye is controlled by one factor, it should be individual, it should not be affected by any other molecule. So that is why now we are looking for, so that is one of the ideas, that is the genetic material contesting molecules should we have a vast number. Now what material can be stand as a vast number? So at once in our brain it came proteins, because there are infinite number of protein possible. Now in tomorrow's class we'll see that what should be the genetic material. Thank you children. Any doubt?